Cold. I had my window open all day, and today is a bit of a chilly day.
Yeah, dude, it's almost November. So, it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
Christmas.
You ready for no shave slash no nut November?
Just don't really take part in that. I just sometimes I shave, sometimes I don't, and sometimes I nut,
No
and sometimes I
shave
don't.
slash. Understandable.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, anyway, since it's 7:01, it's time to
Mm-hmm.
do the thing. All right, I'll do the intro. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
good.
Time to have a stroke.
Yeah, have a stroke in VR chat. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the talk show. That's me, Late Night with Rebel. I'm the host, that one Rebel, and then we have our guest here, Radiant Soul. How you doing, my dude?
Hey, I'm pretty good. Bit tired. I just ate, and you know that kind of feeling you get after you
Yeah,
just had a big meal. That's why that's the kind of state I'm in right now.
yeah. It's kind of like turkey dinner, you know. You just start feeling sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
Same
Mm-hmm.
feeling. I get what you're saying. I get what you're putting down. So, it's been a while, my dude, since I think we actually had a conversation. Because, we were in different time zones and you live in the EU and I
Oh
live
yeah,
in
it's
the.
been like a hot minute.
Yeah, dude. I think I see you at, like, Nickel Night sometimes, but you're just, like, sort of, like, memeing or something. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm just running around, really. Oh, yeah, I've twisted my wire. Give me a second.
Shit, dude, you just, like, cracked your own. What the hell was that? Dude, that's scary.
Yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of a contournist myself.
Dude, that was scary, dude. It's like
Is that
some
what you call
extra.
them?
No.
Oh,
I don't know. I know the word you're looking for. I,
no?
I just don't remember. Contortionist?
I'm
There
pretty sure
you
it's a contournist. Like, contortionist, they were.
go. Contentious?
Okay. I'm fine. Okay, there we go.
Contortionist. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I said contournist. I was like, yeah, close enough.
Contour. What's up the lewd face? What do you mean?
There's no
Anyway,
lewd face.
nah, don't worry about it. I just read the chat sometimes. They say some dumb stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so obviously the first question that I always ask, and it's a very important one. How'd you get into VR chat, my dude? How'd you end up playing this game?
I got into. Do you want to know, like, why I started playing it, or why I still play it?
Dude, we got an hour, so you can go with both questions. Let's be real here.
Okay. Well, I started playing VR chat because I my friend told me how bad it was, how it was really cancer, a bunch of people with knuckles running around the whole time.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, wow, that sounds like an amazing game. So I went straight into it, and I didn't find any knuckles because I joined after all that stuff
Yeah,
happened.
they're dead.
Uh, and why I'm still playing it is because I've got a lot of friends on here, and I enjoy just kind
Yeah,
of hanging out and doing stuff with them.
that's yeah. I get what you're saying. I get what you're putting
Also,
down.
like streaming, of course, but you
Of
know,
course. So, did you know about VR
yeah.
chat prior to that? Like, did you know about the game like
No,
ages ago? No, you just were like, who?
no, never,
Okay, you're just
never heard of the game beforehand.
when was this?
This was like beginning of summer last year.
Okay, so summer of 2018. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by that time Knuckles is kind of dead, dude. Like, Knuckles only lasted until like I don't know, May of 2018. It wasn't that long. Like, even if it
Yeah.
was still around, it was just it's just a nuisance because like you join any world and it just turns into like 30 people. Oops, I'm trying to switch the cameras. But yeah, like it just turned into like just like 30 people in a room, and then you just join. You're like, oh, there's people to talk to, and like literally half the room is just Knuckles clicking and chasing people. It's kind of cancer anyway. So to me, I don't know. I just never really enjoyed that meme, but I guess some people like that. I just wanted to meet new people, and it was kind of annoying. So you didn't really miss much on that boat. I mean, there's always new cancer that forms in this game every day anyway. So,
Yeah, true.
and you said that you still play this game because of your friends.
Yeah, I play this game because of my friends here, and really, it's the only game that I can do soundboard stuff on, like successfully. Like there's other games that you can do it on, of course, but most people don't use voice chat in those games. So it's either you're with
Yeah,
friends or I play VR chat.
I remember back in like 10 years ago, on YouTube, it was pretty popular to do voice like or soundboard stuff for like Call of Duty. That was like it's like Peter Griffin plays Call of Duty. It's just sound clips of Peter Griffin playing, him playing a match
Oh
or
yeah,
yeah,
but
just doing that stuff.
but that's see that's YouTube. So the guy could play 20 games where no one ever responds to him and just not use those in the
True.
video and just
That's
get and
that's
then get
the
the one game where.
yeah, that's the illusion of YouTube. You can you only show
Hmm.
your good stuff. You only show the good clips. You don't show the shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've tried anyway. I've tried using my soundboard stuff in other games, and it doesn't really work out because people either just don't use the voice chat, or if they do talk, then it's like, yeah, it's kind of funny, but like, can you do shot calls for the game? I was like, all right.
I feel like one game where it might be useful would be like SCP, Containment Breach. You ever play that game? Or Secret Laboratory is the online one.
I've never actually played that.
It's a game where voice chat is very prominent, and it's low. It's like proximity based too, so only people near you can hear you, unless you're like one of the security guards. And then you get a radio, and then you could just like call people across the map. You just like hello, and
Ah,
just be weird. Yeah.
yeah, well,
And then there's a room in the map called the intercom room, and then it literally broadcasts your voice chat across the whole like map, like the whole facility.
oh god.
And so people like
Oh
play
God,
like
that does not sound like a great idea.
no, it's an amazing idea. People put like some guy play like the gnome sound, like ho ho ho, and there are people like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my
You're
God.
getting chased by monsters, and you just hear the gnome like what the what? I think it's pretty funny. But that's like a really niche game, though. Unfortunately, it's not like a really popular one. Nobody really plays it.
Yeah, I
So,
was thinking they should bring some like the SCP containment breach into VR chat. That'd be pretty cool.
there is a map that literally is the map, but like it's very laggy. And SCP,
Hmm.
it's a game that like heavily relies on like triggers and events, because like each monster is different. So like,
Yeah.
the peanut can't move if you're staring at him, but like can only move when you blink. So like, how do you do that in VR chat? You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot of
Hmm.
complicated stuff in the game. So, I mean, it's funny because the secret laboratory is literally made in Unity. So like, and this game's made in
Hmm.
Unity. So you think you would be able to make in VR? Maybe if Udon coming out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Udon.
Yeah.
I was actually in a map earlier today, SCP map,
Yeah.
but it's only like one room, and it just looks very aesthetic. It's very gloomy and foggy
Mhm.
and creepy looking.
Well, you need to play it, dude. It's Halloween, bro. You need to play either Secret
I mean,
Laboratory or the
there's no
single player.
triggers on there.
Oh, what? No, I mean like the actual game,
Single
like
player.
not the VR chat
Oh,
version.
the actual game.
Yeah, like I think. Well, there's two versions. There's called the Secret Laboratory. That's a free version. Well, both the versions are. That's the multiplayer one.
Hmm.
That's where you play with like people, and people play as the monsters or the guards or the humans or whatever, right? And then there's Containment Breach, which is the
Yeah.
single player version, and that one's like 1,000 times more scary, and it has like way more monsters and stuff like that. It's really tough. It's like every map
Ooh.
is randomly generated, so like it's difficult and yeah.
Are there actual like characters in the single player game? And you
Yeah,
think you could rip those into VR chat?
uh, the people already done like the models that are
Yeah.
SCP. Like there is a map literally like that has all the models in the game.
Okay, so imagine this. There's a world where there's
Uh huh.
two rooms, like a hallway and two rooms. There's always one SCP that doesn't kill you and one that does, and you have to kind of like role play your way through the room,
Okay.
and then you go back to the beginning, and you do that a couple of times till you actually get out.
Good work. I mean, um,
Hmm.
people in Gary's
And
mod
then like yeah,
try
it'll
to
be.
do SCP roleplay.
Hmm. Does that work out, or does it just fuck
I
up?
don't know. I never really played the SCP version in Gary's mod, so I wouldn't really know. But
Hmm.
maybe I don't know. I think it might have started in Gary's mod first, then became the Unity version. No, I don't think so. I don't remember. And the whole SCP thing was like a fan fiction thing, or like a fan thing that was like written up,
Yeah,
and then someone like made it into a game, and then it became
that's
really
why I thought
popular.
it was until. Yeah, that's why I thought it was only like a fan thing up until like a month ago, actually, because I had no clue that it was its own full game. I thought it was just like some kids making up monsters and putting numbers at the end of it.
I mean, some of them are. I mean, literally, some of the monsters are like gnomes and like random bullshit and like memes. But like,
Yeah,
some of it's kind of funny. I mean, it's an interesting. There's like 5 different SCP games, and like one of them is a VR game, like a VR SCP game. It's called like Blackout or something like that. I think Snow SOS played it. He told me about it. I never tried it. It says it's scary as shit. So I don't know. It's definitely an interesting game. I highly suggest checking them out. They're both free. The
yeah.
single player one is way more scary. Um, and the multiplayer one is not as scary, but like still still fun because like you play as the monsters and like I don't know, it's just fun. I don't know, like one of the monsters is like a dog and it's the only SCP that can talk to players. So like the dog talks to the enemy or to the humans, right? So it's like, hey, open the door. Hey, help me out, guys! And they open the door as a fucking SCP right in front of their face. They're like, oh shit, scary.
But is it like a scary dog, or is it just
Yeah,
like a
it's
normal
like
looking dog?
no, it's like a fucking like dog, fucking lizard. It's like skinned. It's like it's fucked up looking. It's called like SCP-939 or something. Like it's like a 20 feet tall. I don't. It's fucking just got. It's fucking scary, dude.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you watched the new It?
The new It? No. It Part Two?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, never mind then.
Why is some scary shit in there too, man?
You know Lolaton's avatar, the dog one,
Yeah.
and kind of like really creepy. Yeah, okay, that's from It.
Oh
I could
shit.
imagine it looking like that.
It's pretty spooky, that game. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They keep updating SCP, the online version. They added you can play as the computer. Like there's an SCP that's literally like an
Oh.
evil computer, and you control like cameras, and you can open and close doors. So like, what that means is like you work
Wow.
with the SCPs because the SCPs can't open like certain doors and shit. So like and like as a computer you can like talk to people, but it gives you like a robot voice. So you talk like Microsoft Sam.
Yeah.
So it's just like fuck you humans. It's just like what the fuck. You're like fuck you
Fuck
computer.
you, human.
Yeah, it's like you will all die. And you're like screw off, computer. You'll die. I don't know. That game
What's
has
with my avatar when I turn?
Um, so what's happening is that these chairs, the Zaxian ones, it's a prefab. So like what it does is it takes your hip bone and it places it on the
Yeah.
chair. So normally when you have chairs in VR chat, people have to have like lolly seats and then like adult seats and it's just fucking
Yeah.
annoying. So I took this prefab where you just apply it to like an object and it always makes you sit at the correct height, but it's kind of bugged up. So if like you're like
Yeah.
a lolly or whatever, it still fucks up. So it's whatever. I mean it's better than you being like literally like under the chair. So.
Yeah. True.
But I guess I can move on to my next question. So my next question was, how'd you come up with like Radiant Soul and this character that you play?
I mean, it's a bit of a long story, but to shorten it a bit, I used to play Dungeons and Dragons a lot.
Okay.
when I was still in college, and I'd I'd like playing it so much to the point where me playing it once a week with my friends wasn't really good enough for me. I wanted to play a bit more, so I went on Roll20, found some friends, and we played there. And my most recent character was called RadiantSoul after the fifth level Azamar ability. When you level up, it gives you this ability called Radiant Soul. You can spread wings and fly for a minute and stuff
Okay.
like that. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And I needed a name, and I just kind of looked through everything I already made for the character. I was like, I'm bad with names. I'm just gonna take Radiant Soul, and that's how and then I just named my VRChat account Radiant Soul. And then later on, since I wasn't really talking much, I just was doing my soundboard stuff, and I was like, it doesn't really make sense for a cat to make all these sounds, so I needed something else to make the sounds. And I was like, should I use a speaker or something like that? And then I saw this one Japanese world where there's this cute avatar with that was holding a cushion like this against their body.
Yeah.
I was like, what if I instead do something along the lines of that, but Annie from League of Legends get a teddy bear, but the teddy bear, since I was then streaming at the time because I got the avatar after I started streaming, I was like, I could also make the teddy bear the camera for the stream and have a speaker for all the sounds I make. So I ended up like that. So I had a cat girl holding a teddy bear for my avatar, and that's how I got my name as well. And I was like Radiant Soul, so I just make you know one soul, one radiant.
Mhm. Interesting. It's funny because more before I met you, I technically did soundboard stuff,
Hmm.
but I still talked. So, I was one of like
Yeah.
I think people didn't know like 'cause typically when people do soundboard stuff, they do it in desktop mode, but I knew how to do it in VR, but it was like still really slow. I would open up my Oculus Dash and it
Yeah.
displays my desktop. No one can see it when I'm streaming, as it doesn't
Yeah.
display Oculus Dash stuff. And I had Fubar, which is like a program you play music or whatever. But instead of music, I just put like sound clips
Yeah.
of like random dumb shit, and it'd just be like random like internet memes like Tyler One yelling or
Is that
whatever.
what expansion uses?
I think so. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And basically I just like
It just has loads of buttons kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I would just I just double click it.
Yeah.
It just says click and play, and then I would have voice meter, so then it plays through the mic, so I could talk at the same time,
Hmm.
and then play the sound clip or whatever. And I used to do that, but it got boring for me
Yeah.
like pretty early on, because like I mean, I don't know how you do it. Like I guess you just keep downloading new stuff all the time, but like it just got boring for me after a while. But I really only use it
Uh,
for like
I've
songs, like music.
hmm I've hit the like limit of things I can remember to do because when I first started I had like 200, 300 sounds. That's like it felt like a lot to me, but it's like I still remembered each individual sound I had
Yeah,
and
hotkeyed.
if I didn't have them hotkeyed. I had them like just like you. Not really. I didn't use Foobar. I just used Windows Explorer and the media player, and I had the
Oh,
most used ones. I had hotkeyed on my keyboard, and
okay.
I just tabbed out. I had two monitors, you see, so I just tabbed out
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
played the sound that I didn't have hotkeyed like that.
See,
But now that I've like 10 times the amount, it's hard to remember them all, and
don't you use like
that's what I'm trying to focus on now instead of.
don't you have a sound pad?
Hmm? Yeah, I do have a sound pad now, which makes stuff easier,
Yeah, you
but
just go like
it's
yeah.
still yeah. So when I from only keyboard and my second monitor to three monitors and the
Mhm.
keyboard and a launch pad.
Yeah. I don't know how like it's still crazy to me using like 300 and stuff like that. Like I would sometimes like cuz when I did it, I would still struggle like I'm like, "Oh, this is perfect for this moment." And then I like take like 10 seconds to like find the fucking sound clip of something stupid. And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
fuck it." And I just be like, "God damn it." So then I just loaded up my foobar with like music, cuz I used to cuz I used to just play music because I never had full body, still don't, and so I used to be a pimp,
Mm-hmm.
and then when it was season 4 roleplay for Chips, when there was a crossover between the Twitch streamers and the YouTubers, I was the pimp, so I brought the dancers, and the dancers needed music, so I would just play them like a bunch of
Yeah.
music, and I'd just be like the music guy, like the DJ. I didn't actually, I just played music. I didn't actually, do any shit with it or anything. But that's what I did. That's what I
Yeah.
used it for mostly,
I
and
mean,
then
you could have role played it.
I mean, I could have, but I was lazy. I just did it because, like, they needed music. I mean, and then eventually the dancers just started playing their own
Mm-hmm.
music, so I was just like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to use this
Yeah.
anymore. So I just stopped doing the soundboard stuff. Um, it wasn't really a main thing. It was just like
Yeah.
I don't know, like an inside joke thing. Because I would just play, like, Skyrim and just, like, I don't know, like, stupid shit. And I would just get people laughing for a couple minutes, and then yeah, and then I met you, and then you were like purely
Yeah.
about like the soundboard stuff. I was like, damn, dude, he's doing this like way better than I ever did. So I was kind of impressed.
Yeah. Well, back then I didn't talk at all, so the only way
Yeah,
I could communicate was with sounds.
soundboards. Yeah,
I could have done text to speech,
yeah,
but then I was
TTS.
like, I feel like I would get lazy with my soundboard if I used text to speech. And before I did my voice reveal, I also was scared if I ever did a voice reveal, I'd get lazy with my soundboard as well and just talked instead of
Mhm.
using my sounds, which is kind of the case. I noticed that I have gotten a bit slower since I started talking, but it's not as much as I thought it would be.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
Before you, there was a few other people that did soundboard stuff, but like not as I'm gonna say as good, but like I don't know. I feel like some people who did it, like this is like way earlier than you, but like I think the issue was a lot of people just would only have like 10 sounds and they'd just play the same shit.
Yeah.
There's just like one person
Yeah,
did
that's the
like
issue.
JoJo memes and they would just do like Dio, like just be like on my, like they just play that. Like I was just like, okay, all right,
ディオほう向かってくるのか
yeah, basically that. But like every day,
Mm,
that and like a couple other ones,
yeah.
it got annoying real quick. I was just like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Or like a couple people would play
You need
sound clips.
to if
I'm not even just like they just play like one character. So like they would play, I don't know, insert random whatever.
Gladys.
Fucking yeah, like just some game character, and they'd only have like the 50 voice lines that they would just find, and that was it. And then
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It just got boring to like trying to like talk to them, but they'll be like, yes, no.
Yeah.
It's just like
I know what you mean.
they didn't really expand on it.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard if you want to do one character, you need to hope to God they have like three games with this one character in it, and they that this character talks a lot in game. Like one prime example would be Claptrap. He has a huge arsenal of sounds, and maybe someone like Hanson Jack. He,
Hmm.
he says a lot over the course of Borderlands 2 and 3
Well,
and
what's
stuff like that.
interesting is
So
you mentioned Claptrap, and there's a guy in the Callus Row RP. His name's Hat Kid, and he plays literally Claptrap, but he
yeah,
doesn't use a soundboard. He actually just has a voice
yeah, he's
changer.
a voice changer.
The sound,
Yeah, I've met him
yeah,
before.
he talks exactly like Claptrap, so he doesn't have to use a like,
Yeah, it sounds like him.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know. I'm pretty sure he probably made the voice changer himself. He didn't use like voice mod or something, or maybe he did and
Or
modified it.
well,
Who knows?
it's the same thing with like Kimple. Kimple uses a speech to
Text to
text,
speech.
and then it goes he does it twice. Like Kimple's actually talking, but then
Speech to speech.
Speech to speech. Yeah, it's kind of it's pretty
Yeah.
wild. And I asked Kimple, I was like, how do you do this? They're like, oh, it costs like $300. Do you have? I was like, yeah,
Holy shit.
I'm not gonna buy these programs and do this like crazy fucking wraparound, whatever the hell that is, to do that. But it's kind of impressive because Kimple and like maybe
Yeah.
only one other person
Uh,
actually has that like system in VR chat because it just costs too much money. It's too much of an investment to do something like that.
yeah. And also, freaking, if you have any accent whatsoever, fucking text to speech won't work.
Exactly.
Have you ever seen that video of Google Home with versus accents, or like Google Siri and what's it called, Cortana? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like they went through all the accents. It was like it was everything was fine until like they got to Scottish and Irish accents, and they couldn't make out a single word they were saying.
Damn. Feels bad, man. It's like all these programs are just made from like
Yeah,
literally just Americans. To be honest with you here, people with no accents.
exactly.
Okay, I guess American accent is an accent. Just it's very clear. There's no like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think people know what I'm saying. But yeah, like. I mean, I think Kimple's from like Finland or something like that. But yeah, I guess it works. I mean, it still scuffs up. Like sometimes they'll just say like, I don't know, like some random
The
word.
weird.
Yeah, just feel like what the hell? I was just
Yeah.
like, all right. Like I think Kipple would say like my name like Rebel, and then it'll say like Rebellion or something stupid. What's up, Rebellion? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I still think it's funny.
Mm, There's yeah, there'll be scuff anyway. So
I mean, there's I don't know if it's Chromia. I don't know if you know a person named Cyan or like Cyan, and they use like a text to speech thing, but it like appears. I think it's from like the Over Toolkit or something like that. But like it appears like on their character, and they like literally type like LOL, and it'll be like LOL or whatever. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But it's kind of slow. You still have to like use
so
one
like
finger.
there's something in wait there's something in game
No, I think it's on
and
their. It's
in
like
on OVR toolkit.
yeah, I think it's like Toolkit or something like
Okay.
that. They have it displayed because I can't. No, maybe I can see. I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention, but like when I was watching them stream, like they would just like look like this, and then like keyboard pops up, and they just type what they want to say, and it just does it.
Oh yeah, that's just text to speech on your OVR toolkit. That's not too difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I know there's quite a lot of people that do that. And, like people like James or who else do I know does VR? I mean, most people I know that do text to speech are still in desktop mode, not in VR.
Damn, dude. I think it's just because like once you get into VR, it just becomes too difficult just like to type, because it just takes forever, right?
Yeah, true.
And then markers don't work, so.
Yeah, it's unless they're really fast at it. There's some people that are really good at typing, and I've noticed it. I think Patty is really fast when it comes to typing in VR.
Yeah. You know, Patty did a voice reveal, and he was just a fan.
I've heard Patty turn on their mic before and just playing either piano or something like that.
I
And
heard a fan playing.
all you hear is a fan.
Yeah, it was a ceiling fan.
Yeah,
I
it's just a really loud fan.
Listen, voice reveal confirmed.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. For background noises, that's one of the main reasons why I did VR. No, not VR. Freaking soundboard when I first started playing VR chat, because I wasn't living in the same room as my father. We shared a room.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, if I just talked, he'd just hear my father and the TV in the background the whole time. So I didn't really want to do that.
Hey, get off your VR game. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Just staring
And
at
also,
some...
like, there's some really weird conversations going on in VR chat. You could imagine.
Hey, look at those nice
Uh,
thighs there. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. So tell me some stories you
Yeah.
remember from VR chat, recent or older memories. Just like
What
funny
kind of
moments.
stories are you looking for?
Funny
Because
moments, you know, stuff.
funny moments. Huh. I mean, it's quite a lot of quote unquote funny moments happened on stream.
Yeah.
But like, if you're trying to think of something else, like maybe something that happened off stream.
It's-
Let's see. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think hard of what kind of things. Funny. Oh yeah, there's a one funny moment. You know neither, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you know. And
Yeah.
the first kind of like funny thing I did, not the first, but like one of the first things I did, like as a soundboarder that was like kind of blew up was me going to neither and like kind of doing a skit of me falling through the sky as a cat.
Yeah.
As like I typed in neither's chat, look up, and then I tabbed back into my game, fell
Mhm.
down, did my skit, and ended. It's like the I'm gay meme, but it's not the. It ended up
Really.
being like I think it was I'm an adult virgin, and that was that to this day is still the most viewed clip on neither's channel, which I'm really proud of
Damn,
because
dude.
I didn't think it was that funny, but other people beg to differ.
I think I saw that clip.
Yeah, maybe I'm not sure.
I mean, that's pretty funny. Like, just seeing interacting with other people and being able to use the soundboard properly and
Mm-hmm.
get something lined up. Do you ever interact with like other soundboards
Yeah,
and you go back and forth?
yeah. That's it's really that's a lot of fun doing that actually. Like when I first started, it was like when I ever see another soundboarder, I was like, ah, look at this dude, thinks
Uh,
he can soundboard. Let me show him it's done. It was kind of more competition, but now it's more like another soundboarder. Oh boy, wait, let's test what you can do, and let's see if we can have fun together, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like at first, always wanted to show that I was like the best soundboard, but now it's more along the lines of just trying to make other people laugh with together, because that's the main. Well, like, why else would you use a soundboard for? You're not like using it to you know entertain yourself. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of, I guess.
Well,
Also, like it's mainly to make other people laugh as well. Otherwise, I
yeah.
could just talk.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Cause like there's what's their names? There's Bird and um like the little penguins that are always running around. They all got soundboards.
Yeah, the pen gang.
The Pain Gang, yeah, they all got soundboards, so it's always pretty
Yeah,
funny.
and they all just work. Yeah, they all just work together, and always end up in funny situations, saying funny stuff.
Exactly. All right, on to my next question here. One second here. So what got you actually into streaming like initially? Like, did you just start like randomly? Like, oh, I should
Um,
stream this, or were you convinced by somebody or inspired?
uh, some person told me to start streaming. I don't remember who,
Some person. Hey, you
and
should
I
start
was like,
streaming, dude.
yeah, yeah. And I thought, just as a joke.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe I should. So I kind of posted the question as a status, like, should I start streaming? And some people came up to me. It's like, yeah, you should start it and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay. So I started streaming, and it was it's pretty low. There's like maybe one other person in the chat for me for a week, and
Mm-hmm.
then I didn't really tell anyone that I started streaming except for like the person that told me to start. And but somehow the word got out. It was and neither actually was the first person to raid me. I was like with 100 people, and
Ooh.
from there on, I always had like an audience of like at least 10 or 15 people,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of grew and exploded from there. Got all these people I've made friends with over like half a year, all came to support me in my streaming like endeavors and stuff.
Yeah.
And people stuck around and they enjoyed it because it wasn't your usual VR chat stream. It was a bit different.
Yeah, because there wasn't. I mean, there's like I said, there's people that did soundboards, but not as what do you call in detail as you. Hold on one
Yeah.
second here. I just realized I had this mirror on. It was causing me to lag the entire time. I was like, why am I lagging? Oh, because there's a mirror on. Oh,
It's my avatar.
yeah, it's your avatar. Um, back to what I was saying. Yeah, there's other
Actually
people
pretty well
that
optimized.
there's other people that would do soundboards, but like not so many of them would stream. They're just sort of like there and just played a character. So like seeing someone stream and then
Yeah.
progress and get more sounds and really play it off.
Mhm.
So yeah. Do you
Yeah. I also like typed a lot in my chat, so if it was like I was kind of like being a viewer as well
Mhm.
as a streamer at the same time.
Mhm. Were you ever worried about doing voice reveals and stuff like that? Were you ever like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't
Oh
talk?
yeah. Oh yeah. I was really considering never doing a voice reveal,
Mhm.
even with the when I hit a goal to do voice reveal. I was thinking of like, should I really do this? And yeah, I honestly probably wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for like the amount of people that that really wanted to hear my voice and all that stuff.
Yeah, but now you do
I
webcam too
just
stuff. Or you do face cam
I
stuff
mean
too.
like the I would have happily shown my face before I did the voice reveal. I'm gonna be honest.
you
I'd
just
I'd have been
you just be
I could
like.
have yeah exactly. I'd
I think that's
and I
funny.
considered that as well before I did a voice reveal. I was like maybe I should show my face and see if people are happy with that.
What the hell is this? Not even talking? Face reveal before voice reveal?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be such a big meme. People would love it.
I get what you're
People
saying.
will come
Yeah.
like, "Wait, why would you do that?" I was like, "Just because memes. It's
Yeah,
funny."
yeah, I get what you're saying. It's definitely a very scary thing, I think, especially in this
M- I
community.
I I really wanted to hit partner before I actually did a voice reveal, but
Mm-hmm.
I ended up caving just before I got partner.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I technically I already did a voice reveal like many years ago. I was a YouTuber for like 5 years, so I already did like face cam stuff. I just never used my
Yeah.
webcam. Well, it's because I play VR chat, right? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, turn on my webcam
Yeah.
and just fucking play in VR? Like, it'd just be dumb. So I never used.
That's
I mean, that's what.
exactly. It is dumb, and people love to see that.
So I never used webcam. I just sat in my top of my monitor, and then for my one
Yeah.
year anniversary of playing VR chat last December 10th, I decided, oh fuck it, I'll just turn it
Yeah.
on, and like I don't know, a lot
Mhm.
of people are hyping it up and everything, and I was like, here I am, I'm a nerd. And that was it. So I don't know.
Did you look like your old model or what did you
No,
look
I
like?
do, no, I don't. That's like the immersion ruining part. Is like I don't actually have a beard, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't look like a
Yeah, sadly I
hillbilly.
don't look like this in real life.
Damn, what a shame. I can't
Damn.
believe it that you're not a lolly and you don't have a fucking teddy bear at your back. God damn it, dude. What the fuck?
Ah, sorry to disappoint you.
But yeah, I mean, some people were disappointed, but it's like, do you honestly expect me to like look like my character look like a fucking bum? Like, do you honestly think I look like a bum? But I had a cowboy hat. No, I had a baseball cap on, like a Cambo one, like a hunting one. I don't know. That's what I did, and I did the voice. People are like, "Dude, your voice does not match your face whatsoever." And I'm like, "Yeah, everyone tells me that, even in real life." So like, whatever. I'm just some nerd and stuff. So yeah, I look like this now in real life, actually. 100%.
Yeah, when I did a voice reveal, the first thing I was told was like, "You don't sound that Irish whatsoever." Like, yeah, I don't have that strong of an Irish accent. It's just kind of comes through a little bit every so often,
Yeah,
but not
yeah,
really.
yeah. Well, I played a character, and people didn't realize that I pretended I was American, and I wasn't. I'm Canadian, so like, It really messed
I
with
mean, it's
people's brain.
basically the same. No.
Yeah, it's hey, basically the same. Let's be real. No, it's because the reason why like when people think of Canadian accents, they think of like really like either from really out west or like really country. Like if you go to the country, people will have like really thick accent, like oh I'm out and about and oh
Yeah,
like my Timmy's my and shit. Like people do sound like that, but like not the average. Like I'm born in the city, like
yeah, you're a city boy.
and I'm only like 3 hours away from the U.S. border, so like you don't just cross the border and everyone just sounds like some goofy cartoon character. That's not how it works. So and
No? Ah, shit. That's just disappointing.
damn, dude. Yeah, and then I don't know. It's just really easy for me to like put on an accent and just be something I'm not. I think that's like the easiest way to like
Hmm.
RP or play a character. Is just be literally something that you're not. Like be
Yeah.
the polar opposite. So I mean, it's what got me noticed. It was just playing a character like 12 hours a day. Even when I wasn't, nobody was streaming. We were in Discord calls. I would still do the accent. People, they're like, is this guy actually like American or like actually like from like Texas or something? Like, there's no way. Like, because I'd play it off. Like, I'd just keep doing it, even if nobody was streaming or recording it. Just like a random Discord calls. People are like, this guy's
Yeah.
committed, and then um people started like I don't know. I guess what really ruined it was people started asking me like really questions about me. They're like, oh, where do you live? And like I would say like, I was from like Atlanta, Georgia, or something stupid like that. And people would just ask me like really specific questions, and I couldn't answer it. And then someone found out. I think it was when we were playing a game and it would display like where you're from, like your IP or whatever, and it would say like, "Oh, I'm from." It would say like it showed
Yeah.
like the Canadian flag. They're like, "What the fuck? Like, why does it show the Canadian flag, dude?"
Ah,
I was like, that's a fake, dude.
damn.
VPN."
There goes your. Yeah, yeah. There goes your cover.
Yeah, but I still did the character for a while. It just a lot of people, I don't know, it broke it for them, and eventually I just stopped doing the accent altogether. I mean, I also think it hindered my ability to, because like if you're doing a character 10 hours a day, people couldn't take me serious, right? If
Yeah.
I'm making jokes all the time and just like acting stupid and talking about, wow, goddamn it, brother, it's damn guns and shit and drinking beer, like if talking like that 20 hours a day, no one would take me serious. So like
Yeah.
when people would meet me for the
Yeah.
first time, they'd be like, this guy's fucking mental, dude. Like I don't want to hang with this person. So like a lot of people would be turned off by like my presence because I was just over the top, just like way too much. So I realized after a while I'm just not gonna do the character anymore, so I stopped and rebranded. So
Yeah. Was that where you switched to this model, or was it before that?
before that, so I got the one with the beer, like the anime version, last September, and then like
Yeah.
2018, and then I did that character. I still did it a little bit, but not much. And then finally, after doing the whole waifu thing, like the waifu hunting thing, I just said like it's time. I'm just gonna rebrand and move on because
Yeah.
people would say that like, oh, you look like John Wick, and people would just call me John Wick. I'm like, I'm not John Wick, dude. Like it actually tilted me. I was just like, oh my fucking god, like I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. So I just decided just to rebrand and focus more on my character being
Oh
like a
yeah.
rebel rather than just being a fake American. So yeah, and now I interview people. GG, you know?
Wow. Yeah. You've
Yeah,
come far as as a
yeah,
rebel.
I know. I stick it to the man and just say what's going on. Um, so my next question is, I guess we talked about it a little bit, but like, do you remember how you and I met?
Yeah. I'm not sure who it was, but someone told you to take a picture of me for the wall.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I think I was in
I
the
think it
world.
was Skeletal.
Yeah, they were like, you should add Radiant Soul because it was when I was building it, and I still like was accepting people. I was just like, fuck it, right? And I was just like, I didn't even know who you were. I was just like,
Yeah.
who's this Radiant Soul guy? And I think you were in the room, and you just kept playing soundboard. I'm like, oh, it's the soundboard guy. Because I heard it from
Yeah.
like other people. I was like, oh, he's the
A
soundboard.
soundboard guy or the soundboard guy?
Uh, I guess the soundboard guy. because I mean I
Oh,
already knew soundboard people, but like nobody was doing it as good as you. So I was just like, oh, it's the soundboard guy.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, there's Naruto at the time. Naruto was really fucking crazy at their soundboard.
Okay. I don't know. I think I only knew you. Like I knew people prior to you, but they didn't do it anymore. Like they did it for like a month and then they stopped. But like
Yeah.
you were constantly doing it, so so yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a while ago. That's just earlier this year if you think about it.
Yeah. It wasn't too long ago. Like, I honestly, it doesn't take that much to become a good soundboard,
Mhm.
but if people still don't want to take those steps, it's like,
Exactly.
which I find funny.
It's almost like people are lazy in this game and they stare in front of a mirror, complain
Yeah.
about the game.
Almost.
Almost. How did you actually go to TwitchCon this year, or are you planning on going?
Yeah. I went to EU TwitchCon.
Okay. How was
Are you
that?
talking about the 2020 Twitch, the
Well,
2020 TwitchCon, or?
I was talking about like TwitchCon, like San Diego 2019 or 2018, or but you just said you went to the EU one.
No, I went to Berlin 2019 TwitchCon.
Okay, how was that?
It was pretty good. I did enjoy meeting all the people there, and I enjoyed kind of hanging out with all my friends, stuff like that. But what I didn't like was kind of Berlin, really.
Oh, the
Berlin wasn't
tourist
a good
shit.
place
Yeah,
to.
I heard about the tourist
Yeah,
shit from like Loathon.
yeah,
Apparently
yeah.
they
I
don't
mean,
like foreigners.
it wasn't as bad for me, but I'm just not that social, so he probably tried to go out a lot more than I did.
Yeah.
Um, I went to karaoke and stuff like that. That was fun. But yeah, if you wanted to really have it in Germany, Frankfurt would have been probably better.
Okay. I mean the next one is Amsterdam, so
Yeah, Amsterdam sounds like a great place, honestly.
yeah, smoke weed every day.
I want to go there. That too.
True. It's legal. Hey, it's legal in Canada too, just saying. Um
Yeah. And in San Diego as well, so I might get
yeah,
baked both times. Who knows?
yeah, California, man. uh the next question is what's your thoughts on the future of VR? So, you know,
VR in general or VR chat?
well, I guess both. I mean, you could just say VR or whichever one or both.
VR chat? I am not sure. I used to say that VR chat is dying and it's going downhill. It's probably not going to
Damn,
recover.
dude.
But now that
Udon.
I think who did the investment again for 10
Oh,
million
5?
to VR chat? Vive, yeah, Vive.
Vive,
I
HTC
remember
Vive,
that.
yeah. 10 mil. Where's my
Yeah,
cut?
10 mil. That's a big amount. I hope that they make good use of that 10 mil, improve the game. Some maybe add some features that makes people want to play it again, stuff like that.
$10 million.
You know, so
Still can't fix this game.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it takes time. They don't have
I
that many
know.
developers. They just
Yeah.
have paid off their own paycheck for the next 2 3 years.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, and so that's I hope. So I'm not sure if it's enough to say VR chat, but I hope it does. VR in general, I mean that it's just beginning.
Yeah.
VR is going to be the new norm for our children. If no one's gonna want console, well maybe they want consoles, but people will want VR. Kids will want VR in the future. It's going to be
Consoles will
like
be
the
for
new
the
Nintendo
peasants,
kind of thing.
and VR's can be for the
As
rich
always,
kids.
it's always been like that. Yeah, it's always
True.
been like
Well, I
that.
mean, some
Hello?
games are console exclusives, like Last of Us and shit. You can't get that stuff on Xbox, so like, or PC. So
True, true.
people still get consoles. I haven't got a new console in like 10 years, so I just been PC Master Race.
Yeah, the last thing I had was a 360.
Same. 360
Yeah.
I got a 360. I still have it. It's like next to me. It's like literally it's like the first gen. It's like fucking barely alive, so I got an Xbox Elite,
Oh,
which is like the black edition. It's like
I've
120 gigabytes.
I've got the slim edition of the 360, the one with the touch sensor turn off and on,
Oh, okay.
not the button. Yeah, but
Three
I don't
Rings of
have it
Death.
in my house anymore. It's my I think at my mother's house, and it's just a glorified DVD player now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think VR is gonna really expand the next probably just like VR in general, probably the next 2-3 years because they talked about like the next headsets are gonna have like face tracking and like figure tracking is gonna be like on all the shit, and then what was the other thing they talked about? Depth perception. So like when you like bring something close to your face and
Ooh,
like everything else gets blurred. Right in this game, it doesn't do that, right? That doesn't do anything. But like the next
yeah,
headsets will have depth perception and like proper more FOV and more pixels and all that stuff. So
yeah. I mean, the main thing I want to see is a more introduction friendly introducer, like if you just want to started playing VR, more along the lines of that. So how the Rift S is going, but cheaper and better kind of thing. And
okay,
as like technology gets better, everything gets cheaper
yeah,
slowly.
mhm,
Except for smartphones, apparently they just get more and more expensive.
I get what you're saying.
Eventually, they're going to hit a limit, you know. But like I was saying, if you could get a really good VR headset right now, for the price of you know, uh, a console, then people will be, playing it a lot. A lot more people will get VR.
Well,
And once we have a bigger market for VR, more games, and it's just going to go up from there.
I think
If you have these really expensive face tracking VR headsets, then no one's going to buy all that.
well, like you said, I think the only reason VR isn't as popular is because one, it's pricey, and two, there's not enough good games. Like if you really think about it, like what games are people gonna buy for
I
VR
mean,
right now? Like
that
Beat Saber and like Blade and Sorcery and Pavlov.
that was more
Like,
true. I say that was true like 2 years ago. Now it's a bit less true. Now it's more, introducer friendly, and there are quite a lot of games for VR now as well.
true, but
If you really enjoy single player games,
yeah.
there's a lot you
Well,
can choose
I'm
from.
more talking
But
about like the
multiplayer
multiplayer.
games were, yeah,
There's like none. Like there's like a
the
few.
only, uh, yeah, Pavlov, VR Chat. Those are the two multiplayer games I know of.
Speed Saber, but it has a multiplayer
Because
mode, but it's kind of like scuffed. But like, there's not a lot of
it isn't that modded Beat Saber.
yeah, it's modded, but like, there's not a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
talking about like standalone games.
yeah, like well, I'm more talking about like not VR ports, like Bethesda, like Fallout 4 VR. I don't really count that as a VR game.
Yeah,
That's a port and it's poorly made.
no, that's just scuffed.
Apparently, the same thing with Borderlands 2 VR. It's also I think it's scuffed too. So
Yeah,
so
I heard about that, and I'm kind of hyped for it, but then again, I was like, Borderlands 3 is out now, so why not just make that one for VR instead?
true, but they wanted to cash in that money. Hey, give me that money. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait, is it made by Gearbox,
I don't
the
know.
VR port, or is it?
I have no
Yeah, who knows?
idea, but I don't think it was. A lot of people said it was mixed reviews, so I don't know. But I don't know. What would be the dream game? What would be a game that's like I really want this, but in VR?
Oh, let's see. Game that I want to see in VR. Huh. Good question. I would say VR chat, not as it is, but more fleshed out version of VR chat.
Okay.
So a lot more focus on the game aspect of VR chat. Because right now it's just a social platform. So I'd like to see um, real
Udon.
like proper yeah like Udon, but
When Udon
maybe VR chat can
VR
hire
chat with Udon actually
some
working.
game devs.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
there we go. But like imagine VRChat hiring some devs to code mini games into the game like Murder,
You mean
only
like
a bit more advanced. Maybe
Gmod Tower? You ever play that?
Gmod Tower? What do you mean? I've never played Gmod. Full stop.
Oh, there's a I forget. There's Gmod Tower, which is like just like a silly, just dumb little side thing, and then someone made it into a full game. I think it's called the Tower, and it's basically it's not VR. It's just like a desktop version, but it's like a tower, but it has like 50 game modes, like zombies and like casino games and shit, and like cards
Not
and
like that, but like let's say there's like a worlds dedicated to a game like Pavlov, like
oh, okay,
you know,
prop
a game
hunt.
that feels proper and like prop another like another world dedicated to prop hunt, another world dedicated to
Murder,
building your own map.
TTT.
Imagine VR chat.
Mm-hmm.
Only you could build stuff together like in
Minecraft.
Minecraft or let's see what else.
You
What
know,
other games are like that?
someone tried to do that in VR chat. The Japanese community built like it's like a flat grass. It's just like a giant map is flat, and then
Yeah.
everybody was given a booth. Like it was only like Japanese people, but like they were given like I don't know how big it was, like an acre or something, yeah, like whatever. They were given like a plot of land, and they're all equal, and you
Uh-huh.
could build whatever you want. And people started building like random
Yeah.
houses. Like it was kind of like the virtual market, but it was like housing. So like people would make like houses, and
Yeah.
then some people would make like a giant aquarium. Some person made like I don't remember the map's name, but it was kind of cool. It was like 150 different like people making stuff, but obviously they didn't like make it
Yeah.
real
So
time. It was all slapped together.
yeah. So that plus saving your progress for when it comes
Mhm.
to certain worlds
Yeah.
if it allows it. So if let's say you could make your own world, that'd be great.
Mhm.
You go to your own world, you get to code stuff yourself, or some pre-made plugins for your own world, where you could have your room and your guns that shoot and have ammo and
Sounds
stuff
like
like that.
what
You
was that one VR game?
place it all in.
Neos, something like that.
There's a yeah. I've never played Neo, so I'm not
I
sure.
haven't either, but I think it's the one you're talking. It's where you can like build a map while in VR, and like you build it real
Uh-huh.
time. But like no one plays Neos because
Exactly.
it just doesn't have any community behind it. But I get what you're saying. Like that'd be cool. Like to have like
Mhm.
a world where you could just build and just screw around, like Garry's Mod, which I'm telling you, you need to
Yeah.
play that game, dude. Because like the classic version of Garry's Mod is literally you just spawn into a world and just start building shit and just like be dumb and like build really dumb things. So
hmm
if there was like
But like
a
you
VR version of it,
like yeah, but like we probably couldn't think of anything off the top of our head. But like you've seen what people were able to do with Minecraft. You've seen the big
yeah.
servers like Hypixel and Hypixel. Well, that's it, really. But there's all the mini games they've coded for that game, and imagine there's stuff like that in VR chat. Worlds dedicated to its own battle royale. Worlds dedicated to its own
Oh, that'd be so
um,
dope.
you know
You ever watch Minecraft Mondays?
survival game. What?
You ever watch Minecraft Mondays?
I used to do Minecraft Mondays for like
Oh.
3 weeks and then I stopped.
Oh, okay. Well, imagine basically all those game modes in VR chat,
Yeah,
like snowball fights.
basically.
And,
That's what
yeah,
I'd want to see that.
I can agree on that. I think maybe with Uda that might actually become a reality, and that comes out the end of this year. But someone has to build it, right? So
And also, what's that game called again? That movie called again? Ready Player One
yeah,
or
Ready Player One, yeah.
no? It's not Ready Player One. The one where it's the guy has his own haptic suit and he's trying to uncover I don't know, got the name of the movie, but as you can tell, I have bad memory. Like I haven't played that game. I don't remember that movie. all that stuff. But yeah, there's like racing in that. Like imagining a proper racing world
Mm-hmm.
and a world for proper like fighting other people, like
Yeah.
punching and
There
stabbing your
there
own
is
weapons,
one
equipping your armor.
racing world. It's made my zone. It's called Ridge Racer.
Yeah, in VR
Yeah, in VR chat.
chat.
It exists right now. Probably the most advanced
Okay.
racing car game like right now.
Okay.
Um, for me, it would be just be GTA, but VR. Sounds silly, and it sounds like it really like
Yeah.
oh just poor. I mean like from the ground up, because like I feel like the role playing elements would just play like really nice into that, like having to drive a car in first person, have to do everything in first person, holding people up, robbing banks. People play as
Yeah,
cops.
that would be cool. You know, I'd love what I'd love them to do is kind of like an MMO where not really like World of Warcraft or something like that where you'd have to grind for ages and ages, but more of a fast-paced MMO where you could pick up gear on the fly, then start fighting other people, have big wars with other people.
Oh yeah,
Imagine that in VR, and you're there in a whole army with other VR people, and
just fighting, swinging your
you'd be
hands
fighting
around,
against another army. Yeah.
slapping around. That sounds like
What's that game called? Is it
For
For
Honor.
Honor?
Yeah, I was to say that sounds like For Honor,
Yeah.
but VR version of it.
Yeah, VR version of For Honor. That'd be really cool.
I mean, it'd just be basically Blade and Sorcery, but like multiplayer with like some AI running around.
Yeah, but like For Honor, but like instead of everyone having the same cookie cutter equipment you can unlock, but more, levels
Yeah,
and magic and stuff like that. So you can get more stronger gear
I
and
could
more
see
advanced spells.
a VR Diablo working, because you only have like two. You only use like
Yeah,
two spells at a time, and you just swing your weapons, do your fireballs or whatever the fuck you're doing. But yeah, I could see like a
yeah.
VR Diablo working well. You just swing at the demons, and you can swing other PvP with other people, stuff like that.
Oh, you saw Riot announce all their titles, their new FPS coming out, their fighting game, their card
Yeah.
game, their animated series.
Yep.
I'm really hyped for that one. I can't wait for that. But um, I'd love them to see a MOBA be ported into VR.
So you mean like just I
Like
think
League of
yeah.
Legends first person with in VR.
The only other MOBA I know that it's not VR but tried to do something like that was Smite, and that's like third person. So it could work.
Yeah,
I could see it happening. Like they got could be
I
cool,
would.
but I don't think it would
Yeah,
appeal to the majority of audience, because you'd have to have VR. You'd be like, oh shit, do I really want to play a MOBA that you need VR? So I don't know. If it becomes more
true.
affordable, I could see it becoming a thing. Like the reason why League is so popular because it's free.
Oh, do you know of a game called Darwin Project? It's
Yes.
not that big anymore. Darwin, okay, cool. And you know how there was a not really a spectator, but like a guy controlling the whole
Yeah, he was
arena
like the
in
host or
Darwin
something, and he
Project.
could give like stuff to
Yeah.
people. Yeah, I played it.
So imagine a game where like it's kind of desktop for most, except for one person that's in VR. That can host the game, but
You have
it can
like
also be AI if need be.
you have like
If
12
there's no one
people in
in for
VR,
VR.
and they're all the players running
Yeah.
around. I
So
mean,
yeah, so you're like the host in VR, and you're looking down on a map, and you can like move stuff around in VR. That'd be sick.
I see what you're saying, like a mastermind or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Reminds me
And
of
you're like using you basically Minority Report style, like flicking through stuff.
reminds me of a really old source mod called Zombie Master, where one player is a zombie master and everyone else is a survivor. So like all the survivors are in first person. This was before VR was even a thing.
Yeah.
And then there's one player called the Zombie Master, and he literally plays in RTS mode. Like literally, you spawn zombies and create traps and shit. Like it literally was like you're playing. This guy's playing StarCraft, and everyone else is playing Call of Duty. It's pretty cool. Like for a source mod, it was free.
Yeah.
And like you can create
Yeah, so
traps and
you could
yeah, do all this shit.
yeah
You
you could
basically
play like a god basically over this arena.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. If you have ever have you ever played what's it called, Black and White or Black and White 2? It's a
No.
very old game where you're like this god hand going around and like build getting and placing roads and buildings for your little civilization to build. You are now this hand,
Mhm.
and you are now fucking up people's lives. They're trying to kill zombies.
Well, there is like BR, I forget what it's called. I think it's called like Breakout or something. It's basically like PUBG but like VR. But it only has like 30 players. Kimple was playing it a bunch.
Oh,
And you could the funny part was you could walk up to people and like steal their gun out of their hand and you take out like their ammo.
oh, that'd be hilarious.
And so Kimple kept stealing people's guns. Oops. But like they kept taking their ammo and just Kimple's just running away. I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, what is this game? But yeah. But
I mean, it's kind of realistic. Oh, I'm hyped for Boneworks, by the way.
yeah, Boneworks. That's supposed to come out this year, isn't it? Or is it supposed to
Is
come out?
Boneworks multiplayer?
No, I think it's just single player, just sandbox
Oof.
game that really just
Yeah,
pushes the
imagine that being
index.
multiplayer though.
Yeah, we need to tell those Cordial Digital peeps to be like, yo, make it multiplayer, dude. Come on, have 2 people in the game.
I mean, no, they're not coding it. They're just,
They're just
playing
pushing it. They're just whatever the publishers or
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean, you would think that they would want to. I think they just want to make it single player for now, and then maybe they'll just make it multiplayer. I don't know. The problem with making games multiplayer is the latency, just like in VR chat. You try and high five someone, it doesn't work, and all that bullshit. And like most other
Mhm.
VR, here's the sad part: a lot of other VR games, excluding like VR chat, like any other VR social game, you're just a torso and like arms. That's it. Like they don't have
Yeah,
legs
yeah.
and shit. I always thought that was. I was like, what the heck? Why is VRChat the only one that actually has like full models of legs? Like, can't you just do like a custom animation? You know what I mean? Like a preset. Oh, actually, and then like Pavlov,
Yeah.
I guess, and a few other games. But like most other VR social games, like there was like a new Facebook social game that comes out. I forget what it's called now, but like it's trying
Yeah.
to be like VRChat, but like they just have the arms, like no legs, and just have a head. I was like, what the heck? Or
Have you heard of Lavender?
Yep. I'm part of the development or the
Yeah.
beta for that. Beta tester.
Yeah, same.
I tested it.
I can't wait for that to come out.
Um,
It's still a bit, it's still scuffed, but
it's still scuffed, but it's a
still
lot.
beta, of course.
It's a lot smoother with a lot of the animations and stuff.
Smoother.
And you can't
Yeah.
join anybody until someone hosts a map. So like,
That's my only problem with it right now.
yeah,
But that's
I
you
could
know,
I couldn't test it.
that-
Like I could do it single player, but then like I was like, yo, how do I play with players? They're like, oh, I have to like make the server and then you have to join my IP. I was like, what the heck? So
yeah, it's like Minecraft where you have to have a server and join it.
yeah,
But that means the person that owns the server has full control of what you can actually do with it. Have your own like plugins and make
Yeah,
make the game that you want.
they did that on purpose because they wanted to emulate Gary's mod and like Counter Strike and shit like that, like CS:GO and stuff. Those are all a lot of those servers are like player
Mhm.
owned. Well, like some of them are obviously owned by like Valve,
Yeah.
but like a lot of the servers are owned by players, so like you could control the gravity or whatever the hell you wanted to do. And they wanted to do that and rather than the VR chat method. So every server is
Yeah,
run by
yeah.
an individual. So I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to like paying like $10 a month to own my own server and then I build my own whatever.
I wouldn't be opposed to that either, but like I already have my home world in VR chat. If you think of it, that's basically the same thing.
Yeah. You're not wrong. That's a good way of representing it, but I don't know, I was just trying to think like it'd just be like owning like a popular establishment, I guess. Like you could just say like I own like I own the only instance. Like, think of it like, in VR chat, there's like a million instances of the Great Pug. You could only own like the only one of like the Great Pug or something like that.
Yeah.
So everyone has to go to your, your map, and it only exists in this
Yeah.
realm. And then you can make it like password protector or whatever. So you're like, you're only cool kids allowed in my club or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That would be pretty cool, but I'm not sure. Like, I'd like to see how it goes, but I hope that they have that Lavender hosts their own, servers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I think they'll host like official, just like the hub and just like random, whatever worlds. I think
Yeah.
it runs into the issue of like, just like with Publix, right? So it's
Like,
like,
how would you figure? The question is, how would you figure out who to join what? There'd have to be like a third-party server list,
no,
kind of,
they're doing that.
or
It'll
maybe even.
it'll be like just like how
Okay.
other Source games are, where it'll give you a list of like all the current servers, and it'll tell you like the world and who's hosts the world, and you click it or not if it's pressed or protected, just like with any, you know, Left 4 Dead or any other Source game is like that. So you'd have to manually click and then
Okay.
join them, and if they're locked or not, and then yeah. The thing about that though is that it would heavily reduce the chance of like crashers and stuff like that, because if you own the server, you can just straight up IP ban anyone you want. You don't have to worry about like the devs stepping in. So
Yeah. So you're your own moderation team, so you can always just do it yourself.
yeah, that's
And if
I was about to say that's
if
why
you
that's
made a
why
community where
yeah.
or like friends with other people, you could tip them on this crasher and they'd ban them as
Yeah,
well.
that's why when you play like Gary's, oh, you never did, but like if you did, if you troll in like a RP server, you get banned. You can get banned from like 20 servers. Like if you fuck around,
Yeah.
like they blacklist you in a lot of shit, because like, and like that's how a lot of Source games are. Like if you're a known cheater or crasher or script kiddie or whatever, they blacklist you from a lot of servers. And if Lavender does that, then I could see that being a good way to counteract like shitty people, is that they just get banned and they just can't. They're not allowed in that lobby anymore. Like imagine being banned from the Great Pug. Like you're no longer allowed to go there.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty bad. So like
I mean,
people would be like, oh, I shouldn't be a shitty person.
some, you know, I mean, if there's an argument against that. Like right now, if you're a bad person in VR chat and you do get punished, there's a lot of people that get away with it. There's people that just make new accounts on different VPN and then play again.
True.
Or better said, why I know what people do is they make a new account and they just be bad on that account and keep their main account clean.
Yeah, well,
So they just have loads of disposable accounts.
well, here's the thing. Lavender is you have to pay to buy lavender.
True, yeah, that's
It's,
true.
it's $20. So unless you want to spend $20 to be a shitter and then have it, keep buying the game. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
and you have to make a whole new Steam account every single time. That's fucking annoying to have like 3 Steam accounts. I mean, I only know people that did like CS:GO, like multiple accounts of Smurf. I don't think people are gonna Smurf in fucking a social game. I don't. I just think it'll stop a lot of people. There might be some people
True.
who are like really dedicated to being a troll, but I don't think like the majority of people will be doing stuff like that. I think like having that
Yeah.
paywall and being blacklisted from servers I think it will greatly reduce the chance of someone being a crasher or.
I'm see then if there is a paywall and people make user created content, wouldn't there be an issue with like licensing and stuff? Because
Um,
Lavender would be
Liable.
responsible
Yeah.
for everything that is hosted. Yeah, because
I'm not too sure.
that's
I'm not entirely
that's
sure
how the new
because
copyright laws are going
yeah.
down, right?
Well,
That
here, yeah.
13 and all.
Well, here's the problem is that like I guess well, you said new laws, but like when you play like really old games, like a lot of source mods are like they're like stolen ripped ideas from like other games, but they were made like 15 years ago, so nobody cares. Garry's Mod has like the most I think pirated
No,
shit in the game, but like nobody cares as much.
it really depends on, I think, the active user count. if there's more than 15,000 active users per month, then they have to abide by the laws. Because then, but I think if it's anything less than that, then they don't really care.
I
Because
don't know how
how
many
would they enforce
people.
this law on every freaking
I don't know.
website on Earth?
Well, like Gary's Mod, I don't know how much they have. I think it still has like 30, 40,000. It's still like one of the most popular Steam
Yeah.
games because it's really cheap. But like, there's stuff from like Ubisoft games and like like every game in existence you can literally have in Gary's Mod as like a character model or asset or whatever. I think it becomes an issue because all that stuff is free. Like you just download it and just pops in your game. But like I guess like selling
Yeah.
that as like a model, that could definitely run into an issue for sure. So I have no idea how they're gonna go about that in Lavender. I really don't know.
Maybe the whole idea of having your own server and being hosted on your own PC, then you're actually the one viable
Liable,
because
yeah,
it's like your quote unquote website.
yeah. I could see that. They could probably go around that, basically being like, hey, you own a server. If you break the law, that's on you. We'll just shut you. Like if we get a what's it called, like DSMA or whatever, they'll pretty much just take down your server because you have to host it to Lavender. So they just be
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll just take down the one server. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, you broke the law, dude. You suck. So,
Yeah.
I guess that's how they would
But
deal
then
with it.
again, like avatar, from what I've seen with Lavenders, avatars are uh, kind of like local or it doesn't matter what server you're in. You can always have your avatars there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Just they're just gonna have to, I don't know, crack down on it or whatever. I guess it becomes an because Lavender is so small right now, so they can do where the hell they want. But I guess if it blows up, they're gonna run into
Yeah.
issues. Um, I really don't know. I mean, a lot of people use like TDA bases and stuff like that, which you're allowed to use. You just can't sell them, but people sell them anyway, right? So it's like I don't know how you track that shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's the same thing with like VRChat in general. Like people like are
I
literally
mean, if
rip
well,
maps and they
well,
just
technically, VRChat isn't like it's not their thing because they're not selling it via VRChat. They're selling it via a website outside of VRChat. Even though if it is meant for VRChat, VRChat can't really do anything about that. So it's not VRChat's fault
mm-hmm.
legally, anyway.
I get what you're saying. Um,
If VRChat like solicit like made a way for people to buy models in game, then they would be viable for them
well,
trading
they
copyrighted
are
content.
trying to sell. They're trying to VRChat's trying to have its own economy system, so that's gonna run into an issue,
Yeah.
literally. So I have no idea. I think they're just gonna only
I mean,
allow
like
like
that
from scratch
for
models.
yeah, like they're gonna probably look at the models that get uploaded like thoroughly and be like, yeah, this is from that one game. You can't sell that.
Imagine, well,
That's not
I
yours.
could see it happening where they only give access, like, be able to basically say, hey, you're only allowed to sell this if we approve it. Like, you have to, like, literally go up to the modeler and be like,
Yeah,
hey, all these things, they have to be from scratch. If you don't, we're not going to let you sell shit in our game. Like, if you get caught once, you're donezo.
basically.
I don't know.
Basically, yeah.
That's the only way I can see it happening, unless you outsource it to your own method, which is like the virtual market that the Japanese do, because they just outsource it to their own websites and whatever, so they get around it.
Yeah.
But if VRChat wants to endorse like their system where you buy avatars literally from VRChat, the website, they have to really be harsh on the limitations. You don't want like your TDA Wolf Boys on there or whatever. But speaking of things, we've been talking for over an hour now, and I like to at least take some questions from the chat. So I'll look at the chat and see if anyone has any
Yeah.
questions. If not,
Oh,
then
yeah. If you have any
always,
questions
yeah,
there.
for Radiant or I, we'll take like one or two
So,
questions.
cool.
Self-hosted. So loads stuff. Question time. Yeah, just ask some questions. Doesn't Lavender cost money? Sure does.
Yeah, right now, if you want to beta test it yourself, you need to join the Patreon, and I think
Mm-hmm.
do the $10 per month and then you can beta test it. But right now, you know, it's I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's not really. There's not much to beta test unless someone actually hosts the server.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll just ask one question then. What would you like to be added in VR chat? Like one feature?
Uh, let's say saving your progress in some worlds. If
Okay.
that's like a core feature you can add.
I would say use a marker or
Because
something like that.
user marker, like writing pen with your finger, you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not really, no. That doesn't really bother me. That if you know, if you have to write slowly, then yeah, but it still works. But there's no if world creators have a way of saving user like sessions, stuff like that. And imagine the amount of possibilities you could do with that. You could start your coding your own little RPG worlds and stuff like that that you can always come back to.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, I think we're gonna call it here. Last thing I like to say
All right.
is, thank you so much for stopping by, Radiant Soul. Thank you so much for being a
Yeah.
guest, and yeah, thank you so much, my man. Anything you want to say? Shout out, you know.
Oh yeah. Don't follow me on Twitch and unsubscribe. Thank you.
All right, my man. All right, we're gonna take a selfie and then call it. So let's get her done.
Okay. Where we?
Uh, just give me a second. You have to set up the camera. All right, we got it.
You'll have to like get off the table, and I'll be standing on the table. Wait, can I stand on the chair, or
No,
no? I can just walk through them.
you can stand up here, like here.
Oh, I can. Wait, what?
These buttons are invisible.
Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Well,
Oh, we got it.